She got that rhythm and flow, rhythm and flow. Gotta get that rhythm and flow, rhythm and flow. She got that rhythm and flow, rhythm and flow. Let me hear that rhythm and flow. Radio show. The time has come for me to turn up. The time has come for you to run up. She got that radio, hit the run up. That inspiration, you just turn up. She got that international cheer. Peace and love with care. Cover all that's there. Total love affair. Cover the game from the top to the news. Celebrity drama, political trauma. The season of sports from basketball courts in the nation. Donation, support whenever you go, wherever you listen. Knowing how you do it, she always glisten. I'm telling you, we gotta get it right. So tune in, baby, right now tonight. Let me get that rhythm and flow, rhythm and flow. Gotta get that rhythm and flow, rhythm and flow. She got that rhythm and flow, rhythm and flow. Let me hear that rhythm and flow. Radio show.
Right. All right now, I want to welcome you to the #1 internet radio station, IntellectualRadio.com, and I Heard Radio Station. You know, today is what they call giving, and it's all about giving here at IntellectualRadio.com. Honey, we got a message for you today. We got an artist in the studio. Listen, got a voice like an angel. I'm telling you, this girl right here, this girl is on fire. And she knows it. You know, I love that you are a modest individual. But honey, you on fire. You almost burn up my phone.
Thank you.
Listen, you got me blocked.
That's love.
Facebook blocked me for a day because I used Alicia Keys music.
I kept listening to it.
Did you? But you know what I said? I said, that's all right.
It was encouraging.
That's right. Because I said, I am big and beautiful.
Yes.
I am fat, but oh so fabulous. I'm cute, but most of all, I'm confident. I'm the big sister of Rhythm Flow Radio, your host, Katie Lowe. And sitting to my immediate left is none other than
Charmaine DuPont.
And to her left, of course, is
Teresa A. Moore.
Hey, we are here at the Thanksgiving in the house that Earl built.
Yes.
Earl.
Hey,
Earl.
our house that gave us a voice
Yes.
to say what we want to say. Listen, I am proud to be here. Honey, before we get into the meat of the show, I must talk about what's trending on Facebook. And once I get this out of my system, then we're going to talk about Charmaine DuPont and this collaboration that she has. Father Flager?
Yes.
Girl, we're
The
gonna
father of Michael Flavor.
talk about how Father Flager got involved in the song and what it's all about.
Yes.
Because there is a message in this music. But I want to start out saying congratulations to Patrick Keys for 31 years of service as a Chicago firefighter. I want to say also thank you to your wonderful family, which is my extended family, for an amazing Thanksgiving. There was plenty of food, there was plenty of fun, there was plenty of laughter, and there was so much love in that house. I mean, that house was just full of love. And I had a wonderful time. I mean, I had a wonderful, wonderful time. And I really appreciate that family. I want to say to Patricia Smith, girl, you rock that mac and cheese. I'm serious. She rocked it. It was it was very, very, very good. I didn't get enough banana pudding, but that's okay too. I would straighten it out for me. Uh, but that's okay too, because Teresa, I will be calling you Teresa Smith. I will be calling you to make me some. So I just wanted to get that out there and get that out the way. Now, the things that are trending on Facebook, one thing that is trending, and I'm going to tell you, when I woke up this morning and I found out it was going on, girl, I got up out of my bed and I started screaming and hollering. I think my puppy looked at me and thought I was crazy. It finally happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Meghan Markle got engaged.
Yeah.
Girl, listen.
Hey.
Hey. Baby, we
Hey.
finna add, do you know we finna add some spice?
Up in there.
Okay.
I think somebody said years ago that the great great grandmother of Queen Elizabeth was a black woman.
Shut up, girl.
Okay.
Yeah, let's
Well,
get
honey,
down
you know,
in the history books.
Girl, I gotta go and read, but I mean, it's hot, it's on fire, biracial.
Yes.
Yes.
And I mean, they've been talking about it
Mhm.
all day long.
Mhm.
I'm gonna tell you something. Stop talking about it, because it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can dig up your dirt if you want to.
Yeah.
But this thing is gonna come to pass.
Mhm.
Okay? We're gonna be all, as they say, we're gonna be all up in there. Okay? It's a new day.
I heard that she's
Yeah.
a very giving girl, and you know
She's an actress.
She's
Yes.
she's an actress.
She's a humanitarian.
That's it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And she's a model.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
And she portrays Rachel Zane
Yeah.
on Suits.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ah, yeah.
Go on, Harry, with your bad self.
All right.
Another sad thing that happened, what's her name? Cheryl Burton's mother, ABC News Channel TV, she's an anchor there. Her mother passed,
Yeah.
and her mother passed really,
Yeah.
and they didn't announce it till after Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
That is
It didn't
awesome.
really
Right?
affect people.
That right.
But she was very well known.
And then another person that we lost was none other than the great, okay,
Yeah.
Della Reese. I didn't even know Della Reese had her own TV show at one time. Girl, I mean, I got to read,
I know she was with Touch with an Angel.
Touch with an Angel. But you know what? I always remember her in, what was it, Harlem Nights?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Claiming fame.
I'm in
Yeah.
charge of the girls. And remember, said the girls, I always come up top. You are in charge of the girls, aren't you? I am in charge of the girls. And then when they went out in the back, when she whooped Eddie, and he shot her in the pinky toe. That is something that I'll never forget.
Yeah.
I just thought that was
Yeah.
funny. That's trending on Facebook. It's just popped up today. Congressman Luis Gutierrez is stepping down from Congress after years. I bet he's been there
long time.
20 some years or better.
Yeah.
And he's going to step down. I didn't find out why, but I know that he is a longtime advocate of immigration reform. I hope whoever takes that seat.
He's been there since Harold Washington.
Really? Oh, he's been there
He's
then.
been there a long time.
Yeah, he has. I just hope whoever takes that seat. And somebody told me that it may be Chuy Garcia,
Okay.
but I was really hoping that Chuy Garcia was going to run for mayor.
Mm.
Yes, and I think if he ran for mayor this time,
Mhm.
I think Emmanuel.
Mm.
I think he kick him in the butt this time.
His days are numbered.
I think his days are very, very numbered. And another thing that is trending on Facebook, and this is from the South Side,
Yes.
it's called Phillips Academy in Brunsville
Mhm.
are the state champs.
Yeah.
How about that?
That's
Come on,
my
Chicago.
school.
We got more than gun violence.
Yes.
we
Okay?
do, we do.
There are other things that are going on, even though the media and the news all over the United States, they have their eyes on Chicago.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
And they glorify all the negative stuff that's
Mhm.
happening. They don't talk about all of the good
Good
things.
things.
Yes.
Good
Okay, so I just wanted to throw that out there. Now, this is something that I'm an advocate of, and that's the legalization and regulation of pot. Okay,
Okay.
I want you to hurry up Go and make them laws and get that stuff legal so I can go over to that dispensary on Western and Roosevelt Road
Mhm.
and buy my pot
Mhm.
because I need it because I have arthritis. And I'm gonna tell you,
Mhm.
I don't beat around the bush. Taking narco and all of the rest of those
Yeah, it's
drugs
much.
that they give you, you have to be very careful because you can get hooked on that.
Mhm.
Okay, then you'll be a part of that other epidemic
Mhm.
that they have going on. But smoking pot relaxes you
Mhm.
when you're in pain and you forget about the pain
Mhm.
and you can go on about your day
Yeah.
and enjoy it. And the pot that you're going to get from a dispensary is going to be totally different from this crap that you buy on the street. So, hey, I'm an advocate for that, and I want everybody to jump on that bandwagon. Let's make this legal like they did alcohol and tobacco. Maybe they'll stop going up on real estate taxes and that sugar tax. Do that again.
And maybe they'll release some of the inmates that they put in for life for selling pot. on the
Girl, you ain't
street.
saying number the word.
You gotta let them brothers go.
Ain't that something?
For a little nickel bag,
A pot.
and they were
Okay.
placed in jail for a long time.
And you know what? And now R.J. Reynolds and what's that other company that make them and their company that make them Newports, they're gonna capitalize on this because they already got the deals with.
Sure.
They already set up. Okay. So I wanted to throw that out there. Do you all have anything that you want to throw out that's trending?
I think they are asking for prayers for Aretha Franklin. I think Aretha
Oh,
Franklin
really?
is pretty sick right now. So
Oh, okay.
I just kind of heard through the grapevine that her family and that are asking for prayer. She suffered from cancer for a long time.
Is that what it is?
They just asked for prayer for her. So
Okay.
prayer changes things.
It sure does. It really,
Tough
really
and
does.
keep her going.
It really does. Okay, listen. Everybody, that today's show is sponsored by Oval Cleaning Inc., professional cleaning service, commercial and residential, carpet, windows, floors, and more, office and post construction. Call my friend Mike for your free estimate at 708-528-6825. That's Oval Cleaning for all your cleaning needs. We're going to take a break and we're going to come right back. We're going to talk, and then we're going to be entertained by none other than Charmaine DuPont. But in the meanwhile, I want you to enjoy this song. It's a song that comes out of New York, and the name of the group, the young man, I should say, is Hosney Brooks, and it's called New Moment. We'll be back in a moment.
Babylon, that is the fire. What do you desire, Babylon? We don't want to live in the shade. We don't want to live in your shadow. I promise a life for my people. I promise a fight for all people. I promise a life for my people. I promise a peace for all people. True Rastafari. Why you want to stay certain? The fire burning the world. My people suffering in the old world. There are pooters. There is no equality. We will never be uninferior. We'll never be uninferior. No equality. Stand up for yourself. See the God in the eyes. Stand up for yourself. For your rights. For yourself. For your rights. The new man is here. The new man is now. The new man is here. The new man is now. You make us suffer. There's no we stand up. We promise you a new revolution. Don't accept this life anymore. The system is rusty. You have no choice in this life to make people's spirits suffer. The new generation for peace, we want to get you out of your hydrant. For our people love each other. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for your rights. Stand up for yourself. For your rights. The new man is here. The new man is now. The new man is here. The new man is now. I am the fruit of the tree of the new revolution. From hate you with hate and choose for free. Give me the strength, Charlie Finn. Oh Lord, why the oppression against my people you are? No humanity, system of people. Yeah. Oh Lord, we fell into another trap. We need love, not oppression. 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 Oppression. We need love, not oppression. We need love, not oppression. Oppression. A promise and life for my
All right, I want to thank you for exploring internet radio, where all you need is a smart device and internet access. If you have a smartphone, a laptop, a tablet, internet radio is everywhere, accessible anywhere at any time. Okay? Listen, you could be across the world and enjoy internet radio. I want to remind you again that today's show is sponsored by Oval Cleaning. Oval Cleaning Inc., the professional cleaning service, commercial and residential, carpet, windows, floors, and more, office and post construction. Please call my friend Mike at 708-528-6825 for your free estimate. Hey, welcome back. Now, we're going to get up close and personal with a young lady, should I say. She is a musician, an actor, writer, an acoustic guitarist player, a vocalist, a humanitarian, a mother,
Yeah. All the above.
and my friend,
Yes.
and a friend of
Appreciate that.
Intellectual Radio.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, Katie. I'm so glad to be back here. Glad to look at your beautiful face. This is a beautiful young lady here. Katie
thank
Lowe
you.
is beautiful. If you ever get a chance to meet her, you will be delighted in your spirit and your soul. She's just so uplifting and positive. And everyone here at Intellectual Radio,
Don't
I
make me cry
love
now.
being here. Thank you so much for having me today.
Listen, you're always welcome here.
Thank you.
And when you come in the studio, we already know that an angel just walked in because when you all hear this voice, and
Oh, wow.
you know what, there are things that I do brag on certain things, but when you all hear her voice, you're going to know that there's an angel
Wow.
sitting in the midst of us today. And listen, you're always welcome. All you got to do is make a phone call.
Thank
We
you.
will find a way for you to be
Thank you
on
so
our
much.
platform.
Thank you so
Okay?
much.
If you need to come here once a month for whatever, all you got to do is make a phone call. We will find a way. If it's not on Tuesday, girl, I'm telling you, I'll come up in here. I'll grab Earl Winfrey by the hand, and we will find some
All
time
right, Earl.
for you.
Super producer.
She's
Hey,
fixing your time up, Earl.
I mean, listen, this is the house that Earl built.
Yes,
Earl
yes.
built this house and
Yes.
gave us a voice.
Yes.
Okay?
It's important.
And we have to use this time wisely
Yes, yes.
to get our programs over. Without further ado, I want you to talk about your mission for being here today. And then we'll talk about all these other things that you've done.
Okay, thank you so much. Well, the main reason that I wanted to come on the show today is because I've just finished and composed a new song that is a theme song to address the gun violence issue that we have. The gun violence, the mass shootings, for everything. And the name of the song is You'll Never Be an Unsung Hero. And the reason I named is that because we're all heroes. We all have a purpose. Everybody has a divine purpose. Everybody has something that they can do, something that they should do. And we have to switch from being selfish and help others find what it is, their specific things that they do. And those things might be very different from what you do. And that's important to let that shine. Because if we keep doing the same thing over and over, we're going to get the same results. So a lot of the issues with the gun violence are as we heal the gun violence issue, especially that because Chicago is like, the main place, that they think that it's really going on. But Chicago from history, from the Valentine Massacre, Al Capone and stuff, it is, those spirits are here in this area, but we can stop that and turn it around. And part of that is reaching out to some of these gangbangers, the police brutality issue, all of that, reaching out and helping these people find what their purpose is. Tell them that they're loved, that they're needed. They can do more than go around shooting and killing one another.
But you know what? I want to say this. I think Chicago created part of this problem. This intense gang violence that we have. I believe that Chicago created part of this problem, and it goes back to tearing down those projects.
Yeah,
like the Robert Taylor homes, Cabrini Greens. There's a few others that they tore down. And what they did was when they tore them down, they took all of those people and they clumped them together in neighborhoods. And one of the neighborhoods they did it was in Inglewood.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're not saying that it's not all over the city because it is, but in Inglewood they clumped quite a few of them together. These are kids who were going to different schools and living in different areas. They were already having problems. Now you put them together. And what do you create?
Problem.
Chaos.
But it's like Father Flager, and with this particular song, I decided that I want to celebrate what he does on a regular basis, the work that he does and the church does. He is an activist that's very courageous. He in the summertime, every Friday night they march the streets. And I mean, everybody knows him. He's accessible, to the community. A lot of them when we have the block parties, when they feed the communities, and all the programs that they have over there to reach out to the community and to the police force as well. This is celebrating what he's already saying, what he's already preaching. Come together, work in unity. It's going to take jobs. Mm-hmm. It's going to take education. You see what I'm saying? It's going to take training, all that. He calls it the tale of two cities. It's not like a lot of things that we experience on the south and the west side. It's not happening on the north side.
That's right.
Or on that Gold Coast. Okay, right. They're gonna see about that. Mm-hmm. He's gone as far as the stores in our community. If they don't have any black employees in there, they want to shut them down. And open up a store in the community and not hire someone to work there that lives in the community. Mm-hmm. So it is an advocate of getting people training, education, setting up programs, giving these young people something to do so that they don't have to go into gang violence or selling drugs or, this whole thing, because it's really out of control. These babies are getting killed. It's a shame.
It has hit very close to where I live, and I live on the west side of Chicago, and I think my community is a very nice, quaint community. It sits off right there, right off of Laramie and Van Buren. That little area, it's a very nice little area there, but I woke up Sunday morning to find out that a man had broke into a woman's house, tied her up, tied her up, and tried to disrobe her and rape her. Okay? Now I woke up to that on my TV screen Sunday morning. I got a lot of phone calls, from friends because they know that I live in that area.
Yes.
They asked me, was that you? Okay? No, it's not me. Because my friends live in the house with me, Smith and Wesson. Right. They both live there, and they are my good friends.
Right.
And when I walk, they walk.
Say hello to my little friend.
Yes, that's right, girl. That's what I be saying. Hello to my little friends. So I'm just saying, there is a problem. Okay. And Father Flager, like you say,
and it hits home.
Everybody know him.
It hits home. And what I'm looking for this particular project to do is to raise the funds that's needed to set programs in the community. I'm working through Father Flager in St. Sabina Church. I chose him because he's out there on the street doing the work, and we all have to do the work. So this is what I have to contribute, and this will help set together programs and a lot of people, their children are dying and people are dying. They don't even have money to bury them. Needs to be so. And where do they go to first? The church. A lot of them don't have food to eat. Father Flager was sharing me a grandmother that was taking care of about 3 grandkids came to him and said, please bring us some food. We don't have any food. So he took food over there. Some of it he said he had to take back because they didn't even have a refrigerator. We have to address this stuff, and it's going to get worse because if there's no jobs, if we're being shut down in our communities and stuff, then the crime rate is going to go up because you know what? People are going to steal. They're going to do whatever they need to do to live. They got to eat. They got to feed their families, So we got to make some avenues available. And then these churches need to have something to give, to help people out a little bit. A lot of people just need a hand up. Once they get a hand up, they can do a little better, So we have to pay attention to that. I mean, this gun violence, it's hitting home. It shouldn't be anything that's normal. Now it's like normal. Yeah. I was in Vegas, left there, and that next day, I think that's when that man did all that
shooting. Yeah.
Ooh, I was like, oh my God,
wow, God's grace.
Because we could have been out there on the strip. My daughter could have been out there on the strip because I wasn't walking all that. I can't walk all like that no more. But she was like, oh, I'm going out, and do some sightseeing. But all this stuff, and it doesn't have a skin color to it.
No, it doesn't.
These mass murders at Sandy Hook, all of this. You're killing our heroes. You're killing our destiny, our connection. Everyone that has had these untimely deaths against gun violence is somebody that we need to be connected to. You never know who God has purposed that
And
person
you know,
to be.
the sad thing about it, a lot of people don't get involved or get the message till it gets close to home.
When it hits home,
Once it hits that front door,
right,
they wake up.
and it's coming to your front door.
It is.
Yes.
It definitely is.
Mm-hmm.
Now listen, I want to ask you this, and I know he's not here to answer for himself.
Mm-hmm.
Why do Father Flager put himself out there? I mean, there are a lot of other preachers, a lot of other pastors, a lot of other, priests, okay? Why does he put himself out there in his community like that? I mean, he's at the forefront of his community on every issue, every subject. He is right there. You find some preachers that won't come up out of that church until they walking in to preach and get in their car and go home.
We laugh because it's probably like 30 churches in a 2-mile radius.
Okay.
Instead of all coming together. I never understood that either. But Father Flager's passion is this. His mentor was Dr. Martin Luther King. Okay. And he tells the story that when Dr. Martin Luther King marched and he was just a young priest, he saw it, he said, I want to be like this person. So he's been in the civil rights. He's very courageous. He really believes in the people and will go. He's dedicated his life to that. He don't care about losing his life. He's got hits on his life for some of the stuff that he does. It's very controversial. And even when I came out with this song, he was like, okay, be careful, Charmaine. Because I think he said something to me, you don't have to take up for me on Facebook. I said, I kind of like it, to straighten people out. I said, they call me a troublemaker. He said, that's what they call me too. So he stands for justice, okay? And we need to follow suit. We can't just lay down and let government, anybody, the city, anything, do whatever they want to do to us. They do whatever they want to do to us. And then we just sit back and do nothing. And then the second thing is we got to help each other. We have to learn how to love and help each other. You may not have a certain thing right now. You should be able to go to your neighbor and say, can I get something from you for a little while? And vice versa. We need to learn bartering or something. Change some front lawns into growing and learn some agriculture, and grow some greens or something, because our food is messed up, So we can change them lawns, those beautiful lawns, and grow some food, for ourselves, and just take care of it, and take care of the kids, and get rid of some of the stuff. It doesn't. If everybody does a little something, then it's going to get done.
You know what? I know people get mad when I say this, but I just can't correlate. I just don't understand how we are the only race of people. I know it goes back in our history. Somebody has already sit down and explained this to me from slavery and how it was done, how we got messed up, okay? And how this is in our DNA from that time, from those beatings and all of those things that happened to us. But we're the only race of people. We don't work together.
We don't.
Okay? And they don't like, for me, it's not a joke. I do make jokes out of it, but it's the truth. A Mexican can move next door to me. He can stay in the house with 15 people. You will never hear them argue.
Never.
They will get along.
Never.
Next year, they're going to own the whole block.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
2 of us can be in the house together. 2 of us.
And all outside with it.
And we're all outside.
Destroying the whole neighborhood.
Okay? And the police is at the house every night. Okay? We do. We have to learn to get along. We have to learn to work together. We have to learn to listen to each other instead of talking to be heard at each other. You see, we talk
And
to
we
be
have
talking.
to learn how to get together with other cultures.
That's true.
I'm a dental professional too.
Okay.
A lot of things that I've gotten into, even when I was young. My father died when I was early, but and I went to private schools. And after my father died, my life just went topsy turvy. But it was Jewish and Italian doctors that gave me a start in dentistry. They took me in just like I was their child, and I worked for them in my early 20s. They paid me well. They're still over in Water Tower, and then I was introduced to others. I've had high-end jobs, so we got to learn how to communicate with other cultures. We can't walk around thinking about, well, that's a man. He's the man. We got to learn how to talk to them and relate to them. When they get together and they're walking their dogs and they're outside, they're meeting each other, finding out what it is that you do, and this, that, and the other, and then they connect in that way. Each other in our neighborhoods, we can't connect and get anywhere any further. I know there was Black Wall Street. It needs to come back.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Absolutely.
And when we rise up together, we will not be defeated. I think it was Gil Scott-Heron said, it's going to be a revolution and it won't be televised. So I have hope that we can come together.
All right. Listen, why don't we let you sing this song? Because we're going to ask you to sing it, more than once.
Okay.
But why don't you go on and get yourself together and get those vocals together and let them hear this voice?
Well, the name of the song is called You'll Never Be an Unsung Hero, and it's featuring Father Michael Flager in some of the marches that he does. So just listen closely to it. The song is not that of entertainment. I am really trying to get it in all media levels on TV and to make it the national gun violence song.
Like the waves of the sea, rolling over like over never cease to be.
Tell me how far can you really see? Like the mountains we climb, stretching longer and harder to stay alive. We're only here for a measure. Oh, little did they know, your manifest story will grow, and we all want to know you'll never be an unsung hero. Well, it's just like the breath of the wind, sings the truth of a story that's hidden within. Ain't no such thing as a secret sin. There are no secret sins. Well, it's just like a walk in the park. It's a casual thing to dance to the song of a lark. Oh, but you better beware the arrow that flies in the day and in the dark. Oh, little did they know, your manifest story will grow, and we all come to know. No, you'll never be an unsung hero. A life of integrity, star burning bright, striving to do all the things that are right. Call at me, but eternally falling asleep. Stop killing all of my heroes. Just like we did with the Emmett Till, and the anointing had for a moment to change America. As I watch people of all races and creeds and ages come together and speak out, I pray that we will finally come together in unity and create a voice of black and white and brown and young and old to come together with the cause for justice and equality that nobody can listen to in America. That's why we had the discussion on race and racial profiling in our reminiscent version. Little did they know your manifest story would grow, and we all come to know you'll never be an unsung hero. No. Well, just like Malcolm, Martin, and John, Trayvon Martin, Heidi Pimps, Blair Hope, Sandra Bland, legacy's gone much too soon. I dare you to take your story much further than right here in this room. Don't you know that dirty money changes hands? There's so much greed and political corruption. Oh, my people, tell me how much more are we really understand? Oh, little did they know your manifest story would grow, and we all come to know. Stop killing, stop shooting, stop killing all of my heroes. Oh, you can do something with your life. Everybody, come on, contribute something, do something with your life. Stop the shooting, stop the killing. Oh Lord, I want my destiny. Where are my heroes? My heroes. You told us to draw the line. You said we will not tolerate killing of black and brown children. Whether it's in Florida, the backwoods of Mississippi, Inglewood, Auburn, Gresham, Norvale, Roseland, or Little Village, the genocide is over, starting today.
Yes.
All right. Listen, I have to say, her music is very unique and specifically designed to fit the needs of an audience, which extends to being the music of therapists for anybody. I mean, whether it's church, whether it's a cause, whatever. And that song really is designed to fit the purpose of what's happening today.
And bring some closure to people who have lost loved ones. You know, they need to know that their loved one will not be forgotten.
That is a beautiful song. Now, did you write that yourself?
I wrote that song. I wrote it back in 2010 with Michael Scott. I don't know if you remember when Michael Scott,
listen.
They said that Michael Scott killed himself.
I know Michael
I never
Scott.
believed it. I don't know. It was just not in my spirit to even believe that. I think it was just some foul play that was going on. You know, I can't prove that, but that's when I wrote that song.
I know Michael Scott,
Yeah.
and there's the hey.
Yeah, and that's
He
when I
was a
wrote
friend.
That was in 2010.
And anybody knew
when I wrote that.
anybody that knew him knew he was not the type of man that would commit suicide.
It just didn't seem right.
No,
I didn't know him, but it was something in my spirit, and I think because that was something in my spirit, that's where that song came from.
Michael Scott and Millicent knew both of them, okay? And believe me, that was not in his makeup. He was not that type of guy. Yeah, I mean,
you read anything about him?
let's just be honest. They killed him.
Yeah.
Okay? It's a cover up. I'm not ashamed to say it.
I was in this movie series called The Chicago Code, and they used to call it the Irish Mafia. But you know, I don't know. I can't say who or what or anything like that. But it just didn't sit well with me, and that's when God gave me that song. So you know, it took all the way up until now for me to revisit it and use it for this gun violence that's going on. And I think that the song should go nationally and all over the world because it involves all of us, not just Black people, not just the communities. You know, I was talking to one person that they're not really in tune with what's going on. They said, oh, yeah, they need to stop that shooting in the neighborhood. And I had to remind them of what just happened in Vegas. I had to remind them what happened in Sandy Hook, what just happened in Texas. You know, these mass killings, come on, you know.
Yeah.
We're including that too. It's got to stop.
Absolutely.
And Father Flager is on the front line as far as getting the NRA to be accountable for selling these assault rifles and stuff. Who needs that?
You're right about that. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
That phone is in the way.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So you're absolutely you're right about that. Somebody has to be held accountable, and we all have to get together and work and do things together.
Exactly.
You know, we really do.
Stop this racial and all the divisions in the churches and stuff. We have to start in the churches letting more new things come to pass. There's a lot of people that sit in the pews of the churches that never get to shine because they do the same thing over and over again. So then there's no growth. You don't know what you have in the room, you know.
You know, I hate to say this. No, I don't hate to say it. I should stop saying I hate to say it. I'm just gonna tell the truth. Mm-hmm. The church is so much about money. Yeah. Okay?
Well, yeah.
Okay? They have commercialized the church. It is all about money. Who got the biggest car? What sister wears the biggest hat? What kind of car the pastor wear? Car the pastor got? What kind of house he live in? Okay? If you can get past that, okay? I like going to a church where who cares what you look like or how you dress? As long as you go in there and you clean and you're decent looking. And you go in there everybody is going there for one purpose, and that is to get the word.
That's
okay?
It. That's it.
Once you find a church like that, you can really enjoy it. But I'm telling you.
Father Flager told me, he said there's going to be problems wherever you go, but you have to be of the strong mind, the strong will. Now, a lot of people are, oh, you at a Catholic church. Now, I'm over there because he's doing the work. Okay. You know, and I'm an activist, and I want to be around somebody that's doing the work. If I'm going to put my money in church, I want to see where it's going.
Okay.
You know, is it helping somebody? Is it just, I want to see program. I want to be involved in making a difference. And he is a Catholic preacher. He's a Baptist preacher for real.
Yeah, you can tell by the way he preach.
if you just come in there one day, So he's very passionate, and he doesn't care. This is who he is. And that's what he's committed his life to, and I really admire that. And
Father Flick, another thing, he works in that community. He works that community.
He lives it.
Where that church is located.
I live in the community now.
I mean, a lot of pastors have churches in the community. They live way out somewhere else, and you only see them to come to preach and to do a funeral. Yeah. Okay? Mm-hmm. So I'm saying, when you're giving back to that community where your church is located.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
I think that's important, to fellowship at the church that is in your community, because that helps you and everybody in that community, since you got so many of them, And we got mega churches around here. And the gun violence is still going on because nobody's coming out the four walls to do the work.
There are more churches.
They're busy fighting inside the church. We have too much going on inside the church and not enough of the power outside the church. So we reduce our power by all that pettiness that goes inside the church, instead of just accepting people. I look at people, everybody that I meet, whether it's a bum on the street, because I used to do street ministry. I used to take that guitar and I used to get talked about in church because I would come to church in jeans, but I knew that Sunday in the summertime I was going to go out to the beach and sit out on the ground. So why am I going to put on, a big hat and all that? That wasn't me, I knew I was going to go and sit down and play music while they drinking, while they smoking, and play some, bring the church to them, and minister on the streets. I used to be the therapist for Gilda's Club for people with cancer. God has done all kinds of things through my music. I very seldom get to play inside the church because it's not it's not the sound that they think that I should have. And so I learned that you have to look at everybody like the best thing since sliced bread, because you don't know what that person that you've come in contact with is giving you to grow. And I'm telling you, the least of them will give you something to grow, Prostitutes on the street, you take time to talk to them. They will give you something. They have a treasure inside them. They give, and you give back to one another. So you can't dislike and keep judging one another. Why he got that on? Leave him alone. Leave him alone.
But you know what? Chicago got more churches in one block than they have local businesses.
I know. And only businesses, hair stores, where they selling hair, and liquor stores,
okay.
Come on. We're much more than that. So you got a lot of businesses here in the church. What's wrong with somebody rallying around somebody and get them started? No, they may not be able to get the loan because of the prejudice and the banks won't give them a loan. Well, we should have enough in our community that, okay, we're going to support so-and-so this month to get their business started, and then support that business and grow like that. That's what a lot of other cultures do.
Well, I'm going to say this, that this is something that I know that's going on, and I know it's because I have been attending. I got hooked up in, and I went the first time. The people were very nice. I was able to socialize with people and communicate, and I met a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I started going to a wine tasting in Inglewood at the Whole Food Market.
Yes.
Sponsored by Eric Jones.
Mm-hmm.
It was more than just a wine tasting because there were people. There were people there who had their own products.
Right.
In the Whole Food Market. There was a program upstairs where they were teaching people how to get their products in there, how to get the funding and everything else. I was very, very shocked.
Right.
And not only did they have entertainment, they had speakers to come out and educate you and tell you.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not impossible.
It's not.
You
impossible.
can do it.
You can do
Okay?
anything you set your mind to. I was watching a program because even with this song, I got a little nervous about. Oh God, it's not your regular song that people are gotta shake this. I said, it's not a sing along with Mitch. Type of song.
Okay.
It's a song that's a call to action and make you think kind of song. And I was like, oh God, what am I gonna do with that? But, and what are people going to say? And, it wasn't so much about anybody stopping me. I don't care about that. I'm just going to go forth and put it out there the best way I can, go every avenue, you go with every lead that I can, because I think it's necessary. As Nina Simone said, as artists, sculptors, painters, everything, as artists, we are supposed to choose to address the times, because that's what we should do. I know people like the Beyoncés and the popular music. Yes, that's there, but then there's also another group that addresses the times, and that should be celebrated as well. So I want to be able to be in these avenues and get to the people a little more than I am, but it's just that it has to be celebrated.
Okay, let me ask you this. Is this music out there for purchase now?
It should pretty soon be on digital download, but I have created a GoFundMe page in order so that I can begin to press up the CDs, do the artwork, and at least get 1,000 CDs sold, so that we can get it in the hands of people, so we can start some of the programs, because it takes money. I told Father Faye, it takes money to do these programs.
So you have a GoFundMe page?
I do have a GoFundMe page. You can find it on Facebook. My name is Charmaine DuPont. It's spelled CHARMANE, no I. DuPont, DUPONT. And I think it's GoFundMe and at Unsung-Hero.
Okay, what you do, you share that link with us. If you share that link with us, then there are about 15 outlets we can put that on.
Okay.
We can share that link. And you know, if a person, and then you're not asking for a lot of money. If one, just think, if you could get everybody to give just $1,
at least $1.
just $1.
50 cents.
But I say at least $1.
Yeah, everybody got $1. 1,000
girl,
people.
Do you think,
$1.
girl, if you got 2,000 people to give just $1,
right?
okay,
Right.
When not 25, not 10, not
Just
$50,
$1.
not just $1.
Uno dinero, por favor.
Do you know? You could wake up. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna share this link on my Facebook page,
Okay.
on Rhythm Flow Radio, friends who like Rhythm Flow Radio, and of course, all the links that belong to Intellectual Radio.
Yes, thank you.
And this is the house that Earl built.
Thank you.
We're gonna share it, and we're gonna ask people, just donate $1. You donate $1, ask your neighbor, your cousin, your grandpa, your grandma, your aunt, your uncle, your first cousin removed.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Ask them to donate $1. Let's make this song go viral.
And then when the single comes out, I'm going to sell it for $10 because it's a special single, because 70% of the proceeds will go into our programs in the communities. And I'm going to start in my own community, which is Auburn Gresham with St. Sabina. But as it grows, it stretches all over the city. Then it stretches nationally. So I'm going to sell it for $10, and that's going to go into 70% of that. The other 30% will be, so that I have to keep coming to GoFundMe to make more product and to get more product available to the people. Because I'll tell you, it takes money to do ministry. It just does. This is not for me. I have some other things that I will be coming out with. I'll be coming out with a new album pretty soon, I guess, whenever God's ready. But this is my labor of love, to give back, because if I'm going to ask or preach to people, give something back to make a difference in the universe, I got to be the first one to do that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, I'm going to remind everybody that you are listening to the #1 internet radio station, IntellectualRadio.com, and iHeart Radio station. Hey, listen, we're going to take a break and come back. I want to remind everybody that today's show is sponsored by Oval Cleaning. Oval Cleaning Inc. Professional Cleaning Service, commercial and residential, carpet, windows, and floors, office and post-construction. Call my friend Mike for a free estimate, 528-6825. That's Oval Cleaning for all your cleaning needs. Okay, we're going to play. I wish I had one of your tracks here that I could play.
I do have one.
Do you have one?
Available. This one is called Just Who I Am. Jesus Made Me Just Who I Am. Okay. And it's kind of my biography song. You know, a lot of people don't do what they want to do because people have told them in their family when they was growing up, oh, you ain't gonna never be nothing and all this stuff. Don't let these words hurt you. Go ahead and do what God gave you to do, and not be affected by people's opinions.
All right, now, come on, my sister.
Okay, so I get that going.
Charmaine DuPont from the Chicago DuPonts. Come on, girlfriend.
I misunderstood. There was that hard future, and I live just
said that I is. All my life, people would say, girl, you think you all that. Say, oh no, it's not that I am. I'm just gonna reach my goals, take back what the enemy stole. Gonna get my happiness back. Jesus, he made me just who I am, just like he made Moses and Abraham. He set on my purpose, just like Joseph and Job. Look at my story, ain't been told. Well, like I play my guitar, you need a rock superstar. Yeah, like I'm doing. You're instrument of my peace. People's really, and I said, oh yeah, yes, Lord, tonight. All my life I'm singing His word, sing to me, well, like a bird, ain't gonna compromise that. With the white I'll travel the world, this guitar and this church, Jesus, yeah, He promised me that. Jesus, He made me just who I am, just like He made Moses, like He made Abraham. He sang for my purpose like Joseph and Job. Jesus, He's Lord. I've never stories already been told. All I can sing in my praise, glorifying His name, created that. I just want to down and fear. Jesus comes me, He says, you know, I conquer all that. Jesus, He made me just who I am, just like He made Moses, like He made Abraham. He said, for my purpose, like Joseph and Job. That's my story. Would you tell me yours? Tell me yours. Only got a dream, dreaming, fear. The Lord, He's at your front and your back. Jesus, He made me just who you are. Well, now that I've been He's superstar. He's a father purpose like Joseph and Job. That's your song. I gotta go get yours. Come on, sing it, sing it.
All right, welcome back to the number one internet radio station, IntellectualRadio.com on this Giving Tuesday. Hey, we are, listen, it's a beautiful day outside.
Beautiful.
Listen, and we are so proud to have the angelic voice. I mean, girl, you have an awesome, well, you already know that you're a beautiful spirit. And you have an awesome soul. But you have an angelic voice.
Thank God.
How long have you been professionally singing?
Oh my God. If I'll say 9 years old, because I always thought I was the stuff. I put a towel on my hair to make hair. I get my brush and I get in the mirror and start singing and playing that guitar. So I always dreamed of being, like the song says, I've always dreamed of being a rock superstar.
How long have you been playing the guitar?
Basically my whole life.
Okay.
It came out of when I was younger, going through some hard things, you know. And when I was younger, kids were seen and not heard. You didn't, you know, just voice your opinion.
Okay. Now, okay, we're gonna wrap this up. But this is one thing I want to ask you. I want you to remind them again how they can get in touch with you and your GoFundMe page, even though I'm going to post this on Facebook, and you can find it on the Friends Who Like Rhythm Flow Radio and everywhere else. Okay. But I want you to tell them one more time before we go off the air.
Right now, I just set it up today. You can go to Facebook, go to Charmaine DuPont, CharmaneDuPont. MANE, DuPont, DUPONT, and you can just go on my page and find it and just like it. I'm going to also be posting it, putting it out on Facebook. You probably can go to GoFundMe, www.gofundme, unsung-hero.
Okay. Okay. I want to thank everybody for logging on to Intellectual Radio. And remember, self-love, self-respect, self-worth, they all start with self. Remember, it's not what you think you are that holds you back. It's what you think you are not. Think about yourself and enjoy the rest of the week. Remember, life is like a camera. Just focus on what's important. Capture all the good time, develops from the negative. And if things don't turn out right, hey, just take another shot. I want to thank you for tuning in to Intellectual Radio. And all I want to say is enjoy your week. Hold on, Mr. Producer. I know you're trying to kick us out. And we want to be kicked out. But I'm going to take you out with never be an unsung hero.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
All right.
Like the waves of the sea, rolling over and over, never ceasing to be. Tell me, how far can we really see? Like the mountains we climb, stretching longer and harder through this thing called life. We're only here for a measured time. Oh, little did they know your manifest story would grow, and we'd all come to know you'll never be an unsung hero. Well, it's just like the breath of the wind sings the truth of a story that's hidden within. Ain't no such thing as a secret sin. There are no secret sins. Just like a walk in the park, it's a casual thing to dance to the song of a lark. Oh, but you better beware the arrow that flies in the day and in the dark. Oh, little did they know your manifest story would grow, and we'd all come to know